What's up guys, Campfire here, coming back at you with another Rocket League video. Now first, let me go over why I think solo standard is a good idea, and then I'll jump into the issues after. Number 1. Solo queuing in standard can suck. A lot. You have next to no communication with your team, but solo standard really takes care of that issue by putting everyone on the same playing field. Not having any communication besides quick chat and then the occasional person who uses a mic, which doesn't really ever happen, and then the people who use the keyboard to say mean things to you. Number 2. Solo standard is a great practice for whenever you want to try different playstyles in a more competitive environment. And also you can block out all the haters by turning off voice communication and text chat. Number 3. Very rarely does anyone play goalie in solo standard, so you can dunk on the other team all day on the counterattack. So let me just jump into why I hate solo standard. Number 1. This really goes for competitive as a whole, but it's especially frustrating in solo standard. The win-lose streak system just destroys you in solo standard. Because of the inconsistency with teammates, you may win 2 and then lose 3, but look, you just lost 2 divisions as a result. And losing those 2 divisions is going to take you 4 games to get those back. Now I understand it's to accelerate the skill distribution to the proper places, but it really needs to be tweaked to facilitate the more erratic nature of solo standard. Number 2. The skill variance on any given team is just way too high. You may be the best of the 3 on your team, but if they suck and are only ranked high due to lucky teams, you probably won't be able to carry them. Now, as a disclaimer, I know some of you out there are just godly and can easily win 1v3s, but this is really for the average player. Number 3. If you're lucky enough to get matched with great players, you're screwing over your future and highly ranked teams because your actual skill is far from where you're currently ranked. Number 4. Solo standard is the most toxic competitive game type. I can see why, because you're relying on your randomly assigned teammates to assist in winning. And if they aren't doing their job, it can just get really frustrating. Now if you are a toxic player, I do ask you to tone it down. Constructive criticism is really helpful, especially for the newer players, but being an asshole is not. Number 5. There's almost no reason to play solo standard. Even playing regular standard feels like a much better experience because your teammates know the other team will probably be queuing together. This builds sort of a camaraderie, and it encourages teamwork with what little communication you do have. Even solo queuing doubles is more fun. The skill variance there is much lower, and even if your teammate sucks, it's a lot easier to carry them. Now, despite its flaws, I'm glad solo standard is in the game. It gives more variety to the competitive game types, and it helps disperse the players between itself and regular standard. Alongside that, solo standard isn't one of the super serious game types in my opinion. It's much less stressful, for me at least, because I don't care too much about my rank in there. It's where I go to practice. Because I don't take it seriously, the win-loss streak mechanic doesn't bother me too terribly much, but when I'm solo queuing in doubles or standard, it really gets annoying to have to regain my lost divisions. You might ask, well, if you care about division, why do you play the non-competitive playlists? No, that's a good question. I've got no problem with the regular playlists. In fact, when I first started, I played the regular playlists until I was almost a veteran, before, I jumped into competitive and got into it. Now, the reason I don't really play non-competitive anymore is because the other players are more likely to try their best when they're playing for ranks, which I enjoy. On to the main point. Why do you suck at solo standard? It's really a combination of all the things I previously mentioned. If you're not godly at Rocket League, you're going to struggle to climb the ranks in solo standard simply because of the inconsistencies between every match. Now, while I'm talking about solo standard, I might as well give you a few tips to make your life a little easier. Because most people don't play goalie in solo standard, it's really in your best interest to play a little defensively. Now, I know that's sort of like what I preach is to play defensively. It's really just my play style. I like to sit in goal a lot and really only try and attack if a ball comes to midfield and no one else is going to attack it. That might not fit your play style. You really just have to read your teammates and your opponents to really understand, like, okay, do I have to play defensively? Can I sit at midfield most game? Or do I need to play attacking? Now, it's really nice if someone else on your team understands the rotation mechanic, where, you always need one person in midfield or sitting in goal, and then you have 2 people attacking and you rotate every time someone comes up. I don't think a lot of people understand that. So if you can somehow non-verbally communicate that, it's really in your best interest and it will definitely help you win. Now, in terms of ball chasers, you really just have to understand that sometimes you're going to get those teammates who think that the only objective is to just hit the ball, regardless of what direction it's going in. And if you do have those teammates, you really just need to wait until they go after the ball. They may miss it, they may hit it, but you need to clean up whatever it is they do. Something else you may want to consider is boost starving your opponents. If you are actually going to be playing attack, then what you need to do is you need to starve them of their boost. It's going to give you a lot more opportunities to attack, and you know that you're going to be able to make aerials without the opponents getting in the way. Now, they may try to boost starve you, but really it's sort of like a push and pull kind of situation. You know, it's really difficult to completely boost starve them. Obviously, boost starving really only works if the other team doesn't know that you're really doing it. Something else to consider is using your mic. Now, I know that may sound weird. A lot of people don't like to use their mics, and a lot of people just mute people as soon as they use their mics. And even though your opponents can hear what you're saying, it is even more helpful to your teammates to know that, okay, I'm defending, okay, I'm attacking, leave the ball, I got it. Those sort of things are really helpful, and it will definitely help you and your teammates win more often. My final piece of advice to you is to just have fun. If you take the game mode too seriously, it's never going to be fun. You're always going to be frustrated, like, oh my god, my teammates suck, oh my god, I'm losing all the time. But if you look on the bright side, the more you lose, the easier it's going to get for you to win. So it's more like, you know, a 50-50 chance of you having fun or you not having fun. But if you make it, you know, more like 75% fun and 25% seriousness, then you're going to have a lot more fun. Because Rocket League, it's all about having fun. It's not really about, oh my god, I got to be the best at this game, or I'm never going to be happy with my life. I'm just going to go, you know, sit in a corner and cry and play Rocket League until I'm good enough to beat Kronovi in a 1v1. No, it's never going to be like that. So just have fun. That's really all I can say about that. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'd love to hear your opinion on Solar Standard in the comments down below. If you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up, and if you loved it, consider subscribing. My name's Campfire, and I'll see you next time.